So, this week's topic is about stereotypes. I want to be the brainiac this week instead of Kayla. Okay. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to talk about. It's like class yesterday. We started learning about the social cognition theory. I have to bring out my notebook because I don't remember the shit. The social cognition theory is the cognitive approach focus on how people structure and process information, which means the theory is just how people are, how their mind works, and how they process information and then remember it later on, which stereotypes have to do with, actually. It's like putting two and two together, and it's also argumentative and deductive and inductive. Does that make sense? It's also logic and so much to learn about. So, alright, I'm just getting the science behind all this shit. Okay. The theory, it's what we notice, and then how we interpret it, and then how we judge the situation, and then from that, it's what we retrieve from memory. Okay, I'll give you an example. Walking down the street, and this one's not really racist. And I see a black guy mugging an old lady. And then I take that and remember that. So the next black guy I see, I'm going to get scared. So, obviously, I know that sounds really racist, but it's attention, and then what you get from the attention is what you judge based off that. And then it's encoding, and then you retrieve it, and then that's the behavior you act on. No, there's more. So stereotypes and schemas. Schema is a mental structure people use to organize their knowledge about the social world, and it influences what we notice, how we think about it, and what we remember. So if a lesbian stereotype is that we have short hair. It's probably because in your lifetime, every person you saw with short hair was a lesbian. Every person who wore flannel just happened to be a lesbian. So you take that and you remember it. So when you say you see me and I say I'm lesbian, they're like, but you're, that's not what I remembered, That's not what I've retrieved. That's not the information I retrieved a while ago when I saw 3 lesbians with the same haircut and the same flannel shirt. Does it kind of suck? Yeah, it sucks Donkey Kong dick. But that's how the mind works. So we can't really get angry about it. I always was angry about it until I learned this. I was like, stop with the fucking stereotypes. I am not, I don't have short hair, I don't have piercings, I don't have tattoos, I don't wear flannel. I don't drive a Jeep, I drive a Honda. I used to go off. And then I learned this, and I was like, oh, that's how the mind works. Just like people can't really get angry at us for being gay, because that's how our mind works. So, we're kind of being hypocritical here. Yeah? Alright. That's all the notes I took and then I passed out. So I don't know what else I learned that day. We all know what the lesbian stereotypes are. I mean, I know I'm the only fucking lesbian on this fucking channel. But the whole LGBT community has a stereotype altogether. It's not just lesbians, it's not bisexuals. It's, I always get, gay people in general are promiscuous. They lust all the time, blah, blah. But they need to open their eyes a little bit more and see a lot, I'm not saying a select few, a lot of people who are gay, lesbian, or transgender, or bisexual. They have morals, they live by their morals. I mean, I think it's just based on the type of person they are. I know a lot of straight people who lust all the time or are promiscuous. You shouldn't just say that about the LGBT community. See, that is because, and my dad even explained this, because now they accept me and everything, which he does, and I'm super excited about that. Anyway, what he was saying was he used to own, my dad owns restaurants, and he owned one a couple years ago, like the 80s, not a couple, so 20 years ago, in the 80s, and it was like in smack dab of the neighborhood. His fault. So, he would always see gay people outside a restaurant, you know, getting a little frisky. So what he learned from there, he saw that situation in the schema, it's in his head, and it probably will be there forever. So whenever he thinks about gay people, he thinks about what he's witnessed, and then automatically judges them. That's how the mind works. Now because his daughter is gay, and he knows that, he takes what he sees from me, sees how wonderfully perfect I am, and has a totally different view on gay people. So that's basically what I have to do talking about stereotypes. I was gonna go in this big rant, be like, you know, lesbians wear flannel. I don't wear flannel. But no, this is a new mature May. So if you have any questions or comments, leave below. And I hope you have a good week. I'll see you here next week on Sunday.